Hello and welcome back to Paul's Racing Channel and to the next one of my track guides for the championship. This is the next round here in Australia at Mount Panorama in Bathurst. Apologies, well, a couple of apologies really. Firstly, if you can hear a buzzing in the background, I'm not sure how this is going to come out, but if you do hear a buzzing in the background, it's because I've got my fan on next to me actually. It's really hot. And the window's open and everything, and I still need the fan on it. So I need something, otherwise I'm going to sweat to death. So apologies if you can hear that, and hopefully you can hear my voice okay. But the other apologies is also just to say, look, I've been a little bit slack on the old guides of late. That's mainly due to the fact that they have been covered before on previous videos, albeit, several months ago. I didn't think there was a lot of point in doing them again. However, and I have done this one before, I have covered this one before, I thought I'd, just sort of refresh people's memories with this round. It's a great circuit. Everyone pretty much loves it on the game. As I always say, this is just a guide. The way I do it, it's not the quickest way of getting around here. It's more just really to show you anyone who just needs a little bit of help. So, the usual sort of thing, just about to go across the start and finish line to start lap 3 here in the Lexus RCF GT3. So let's go along to the first corner, turn 1, the left-hander at Hell's Corner. Trying to stay as far right as you possibly can, right there on the 50-metre board. Start to brake and drop it down to about... People will go through, they're probably second or third gear. I tend to go down to second. Try and get as close into the inside corner or apex as you can. And then got a little bit of runoff here on the exit on the right hand side. Now you don't want to give too much of it. Obviously, it's not that much of it, that grass, and you'll be spinning across to the pit lane or the exit of the pit lane there over on the left. So you've got to be a little bit careful. It's quite a raised curb as well. That can affect the car's handling as well if it hits that a little bit too hard. Go way up now through, bouncing straight up under the sign. Turn 2, Quarry Bend, the next right hander. Up to about 5th or 6th gear. Again, 5th gear, 50-metre board, I should say. Going to start dropping it down. Probably get round here in about third gear. You can take this one. It's a cambered corner. Try and get as close as you can. Do not hit that curb on the inside. As you can see, it's very raised. It is cambered, so got to be a little bit careful. Just the handling of the cars as they come round here on that inside line. We feed it way out to this little runoff area at the end of the curb here. You can see this little bit of tarmac where the curb finishes. Use all of that. You can use most of that curb as well, run across that curb. There's no problem with penalties there. And then use all that runoff that you can see left of that solid white line as you come up towards cutting now, one of the most difficult corners. As you can see, going right across onto the right hand side there, across that white line. Got to try and open this really tight. It's kind of a double apex left-hander, isn't it? It's really close. First apex, want to try and get as close as you possibly can to this inside wall, right onto the cliff face there, and let it feed it. Do not go over too far over on the right hand side across that solid line at this point, because that's very, very dirty out there, and there's not a lot of grip out there. You'll be spinning around in circles, I'm afraid. Down to the second gear now as you approach this one, and again try and hug this cambered left hand corner. Again, this can throw the car off a little bit if you're not careful on the exit of this, because of it being uphill. I'll just tap the wall there actually. Try and get it around there. Just sort of feed the car around through there. Don't have to give it any real power as you come up now towards Griffin's Mount. Staying left. Again, very blind right hander. It's going to be like a right hander, then sort of straight across, almost like a straight across, like a little kink to the left. So close to this. This is full pelt through here, by the way. You can just about do it. Slight little lift before you start this right hander, but stay close to this inside as you possibly can, and then you'll automatically go out to the left. That's just how it is, and you want to obviously try and stay close to this little apex there on the left hand side. Do not hit the wall, obviously. Feed it through now, coming towards Salmon Park. down the dip, a little bit of a into the dip there on that right hand side. Again, you can use all of that where the arm wheel boarding is there. Do not hit that obviously, but you can get right up close to it as you start to turn in to the next left hander. Hit this curb. You can take a lot of this curb, not too much, but you can take it. Again, it can throw the car off a little bit here at Solomon Park, but you can take it. You've got to try and open this up a little bit because the exit is this horrible wall over there. You can see that it's jumping around the car there off that back of the curb there, and you're going to hit this wall hard, and that'll be the end of your race. So you're going to try and get as close to this wall as you possibly can. I think I just about skim it again. In fact, you can see some of my, it's part of the walls there, a bit of concrete flying off there, so I do it that quite hard actually. It didn't affect me too bad at all, apart from my lap time, of course. As we come along now towards McPhillamy Park. Again, this one you can just about lift through here. It's all the way through flat, but just a little lift. Try and take this inside corner as you possibly can, as close as you can, to then feed it out towards McPhillamy Park. Across the top here, towards Skyline and the S's. Little dip down in here. Drop it down to about third gear. This point here, and then drop it again to second as you hit Skyline and the S's and towards the dipper. Just feed it round now. Stay in second gear, second gear, second gear. Now this little, you can cut this little bit of grass here, not too much, but you can cut it a little bit. It will give you a penalty if you do straight line it and don't brake. So you just got to lift a little bit and give it a little dab of brake as you change down to second gear through there. And on the exit of here towards the dipper. Now, quick change up into third gear. It's all very, very light, load of S's there, hence why they're called the S's, and into the dipper itself. And before we go to the next corner, which is difficult, up to gearbox fourth. Around here, right hander, before you hit Forest Elbow, this is where you can gain a lot of time or you can lose a lot of time. If you get it right, you can make up a real lot of time here. Down into the dip, down to second gear, stay to the right hand side. You're going to try and get as close as this inside wall as you possibly can. Feed it out, there's not a lot of runoff. Away you go. Way down now, Conrod straight towards the chase. So obviously flat all the way through Conrod straight. Sixth gear, all the way. You've got a lot of slight kink here at the chase, or through the chase there on the right hand side, but you can use all of that curve on the left. A bit shallow there, as you can see. You can go all the way across that solid white line to the left there to try and open up the next right hander. I'll stay where I am, just almost straight line it, a little tap of the thing, 150 metre board, drop it down now to about third gear, feed it round through the chase. Down to the final corner, just let it keep going now, all the way down towards Murray's corner. Final corner, down to second gear, usual, into the inside curb. Don't want to go too far, little moment on the back end, and there's your lap of Mount Panorama. Here we go. another quite messy lap, that last one. So a couple of messy laps there, so I haven't improved on my time at 2:02.4 at the moment. With that curb there, just use it all. Right-hander now. Fifth gear, down the third. A bit of that curb now, feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it. Use all of that there on the left. Up towards this next tricky corner. Cut that close as you can into the inside, second gear. Let it feed it round, feed on the power. Now all the way through, up to fourth. All the way, lift a little bit. The cell's still in fourth at this point. To fifth. Again, just feed it, let it roll, still in fifth. Little lift there, full on. Stay in fifth though, now drop it fourth. Third, second. Now up now to third. Fourth. Oh, hit the wall there. That was a bad little mistake. Still should be alright. Down to second here. Now feed it out. Go away, don't touch the wall on the right. Away we go. Sixth gear now, stay in sixth until chase. 150-metre board starts it. Drop it down to third. Just feed it through there. I want loads of power. And then I go down to, or up to fifth gear now. Down to second for the final corner. So there's your lap of Bathurst Mount Panorama. Thanks for joining me for this track guide, and you'll see the real racing on my videos very shortly. Thank you again, and cheers.